ever thought a simple trip to Walmart could turn into a horrifying experience? Welcome to the uncanny world of everyday shopping, where the mundane is intertwined with the terrifying. Today, we'll unmask 3 true tales of horror that lurk in the fluorescent lit aisles of your local Walmart. A creepy stalker, a mysterious disappearance, a sinister night shift. Each story more bone-chilling than the last. But let's not spill all the beans just yet. Hold on to your seats, for we're about to delve into the first of our 3 chilling tales. A regular day of shopping turned into a nightmare for a young woman. Our tale takes us to the of suburban America, where Jane, a vibrant young woman with dreams as big as her heart, started what she supposed was just another typical day of shopping. The mundane lines of the local Walmart, however, quickly morphed into a labyrinth of horror. As Jane ambled through the aisles, picking up her weekly groceries, an unnerving sensation crawled up her spine. It was like a spider of ice, its cold legs prickling her skin, causing goosebumps to erupt along her arms. A chill ran down her back, and she felt an uncanny sensation of being watched. It was as if a pair of eyes, malevolent and predatory, were boring into her. She turned, scanning the store, her gaze darting between the rows of customers. But all she saw was the usual bustle of shoppers, engrossed in their own worlds. Trying to dismiss it as her imagination, she continued her shopping routine. Yet, the palpable sensation of being observed hung heavy in the air, growing stronger with each passing minute. Every time she dared to glance over her shoulder, a shadowy figure danced at the periphery of her sight. A man, seemingly ordinary, but with an aura that radiated danger. He was garbed in a dark trench coat, a cap pulled low over his eyes, shadowing his face. Yet, his eyes, a piercing icy blue, were like a beacon in the dark, fixating on her with an unwavering intensity. He was omnipresent, lurking in each aisle she visited, maintaining chilling distance, his gaze never wavering from her. The realization hit her like a cold splash of water in the face. She was being stalked. In the middle of a bustling store, she was the targeted prey of a stranger whose creepiness seeped out in waves. The brightly lit aisles of the store shifted in her vision, appearing sinister and ominous. An underlying silence weaved through the normal chatter, mimicking the pounding of her heart. Fear coursed through her veins, injecting adrenaline into her system, and her mind started racing. She needed an escape plan. Jane's eyes scanned the crowded store and landed on the bustling checkout counters. An idea started to take form in her mind. Each crowd was a potential hiding spot, a barrier between her and her stalker. She moved, her fear now replaced a grim determination. She noticed his discomfort amidst the crowd as she slipped into a throng of people. For a moment, their eyes locked, and she could see a flicker of frustration cross his face. In the ensuing chaos, she lost sight of him. But she knew she wasn't out of the woods yet. She quickly paid for her items and left the store, her rapid footsteps echoing her racing heart. Stepping into the daylight, a wave of relief washed over her. She had made it. Escaping the clutches of the creepy stalker, she breathed a sigh of relief, oblivious of the horror that awaited her outside. As she navigated through the parking lot, she was unaware that the real horror was yet to unfold, that her ordinary shopping day far from over. But that, my friends, is a tale for another scene. In the convoluted avenues of Walmart, a father misplaced something immeasurably more precious than his shopping list. Our tale commences on an ordinary Tuesday. A father and his 5-year-old son kicked off their weekly grocery expedition, an event marked on their family calendar. The grocery run was a ritual they both cherished. The father would strap his son's little red baseball cap on his head, their shopping list in hand. They would hop into their car, and with gleeful anticipation, the duo would set off to conquer the aisles of Walmart. However, this seemingly mundane task soon spiraled into an ordeal of unimaginable horror. As they navigated the labyrinth of towering shelves, the little boy's eager hands clutching the corners of the shopping cart, the father's focus was momentarily stolen by a perplexing array of canned goods. In that fleeting instant, he felt the familiar of his son's grip on the cart handle loosen. He glanced down, expecting to see the familiar freckled face beaming up at him, yet was greeted by a chilling void. His son had vanished. An icy wave of panic gripped him. The father's heart pounded against his ribs like a frantic drum, as he called out his son's name into the overwhelming noise of the bustling store. He sprinted through the aisles, his sweat-laden forehead glistening under the harsh fluorescent lights, his eyes darting across the sea of strangers, frantically searching for a glimpse of his son's red baseball cap. He felt his breath hitch, his pulse quicken, his world narrowing down to the mere thought of finding his son. His mind spun a terrifying reel of possibilities, each more nightmarish than the last. As the minutes stretched into an agonizing eternity, the father's desperate calls morphed into a chorus of whispers, whispers that echoed through the vast expanse of the store, stirring the curiosity of bystanders. The whispers turned into murmurs, the murmurs into hushed conversations, and before long, the store was abuzz with the chilling news of the missing child. The store staff, their faces masks of concern, jumped into action. They scoured the aisles, examined every nook and cranny, and scanned every corner of the store. Security footage was scrutinized, each frame dissected, replayed, and analyzed in the hope of unlocking a clue to the boy's whereabouts. Yet the boy seemed to have vanished into thin air, as if swallowed by the very aisles he was last seen wandering. The police were called, their grim faces casting an ominous shadow over the bright fluorescent lights of the store. Then, in the relentless quest for answers, a chilling discovery was made. A store worker found the boy's red baseball cap in the toy section, nestled between a stack of stuffed animals. The father's heart sunk like a stone, the sight of the cap, devoid of its owner, serving as a grim reminder of his loss. His son was still missing, his whereabouts unknown, his fate uncertain. In the aftermath of that fateful day, the father was left grappling with an unimaginable reality. His son had disappeared in the blink of an eye, in the midst of a crowded store, under the watchful eye of countless security cameras. Despite the exhaustive search and investigation, the boy was never found. A simple shopping trip had turned into a living nightmare, the echoes of which still haunt him. The aisles of Walmart, once a maze of everyday items, now served as a chilling reminder of the day a father lost his most precious treasure. His story serves as a haunting testament to the mysterious disappearances that occur in the most ordinary of places. Working the night shift at Walmart might seem dull to most, but when the boundary between the realms of the living and the non-living becomes blurred, it's an entirely different story. Imagine this: a lone worker assigned the graveyard shift, his duty being to restock the shelves while the rest of the world sleeps. The store is an expansive labyrinth, empty except for the intermittent flickering of the fluorescent lights and the monotonous hum, the air conditioning echoing through the silence. This worker, fondly named Sam by his colleagues, was an experienced night owl. He had found solace in the quiet, the predictability and routine of his tasks, providing a deceptive calm. But one particular night, his familiar world turned upside down. The usual tranquility was replaced by an eerie sense of disquiet. As Sam methodically replenished the shelves, navigating through the aisles in the ghostly half-light, he began to experience uncanny incidents. A can of soup plummeted from a shelf unprovoked. A box of cereal was found, inexplicably toppled over. A toy car seemed to scoot across the floor, devoid of any external force. Sam brushed these off as trivial accidents or perhaps hallucinations conjured by his fatigued. But then a sound echoed through the hushed store, a sound that gave him pause, a child's laughter resonating through the silent aisles. He inspected the store, expecting to discover an unsupervised child, but found only the stillness of the vacant aisles. The laughter persisted, gaining volume, transforming into a sinister cackle. A spine-tingling chill coursed through Sam. This laughter was far from ordinary. Soon, the lights began an erratic dance, intermittently casting the store into an intimidating darkness. Sam felt an unseen gaze, a sense of being scrutinized. The temperature plummeted, and he could see his breath form vapor in the chilling air. He felt a spectral hand on his shoulder, but when he spun around, there was no one. Consumed by terror, Sam sprinted towards the exit, only to find the doors sealed. He was entrapped. The laughter grew louder, bordering on maniacal, and the lights flickered with increased ferocity. Amid pandemonium, Sam discerned a soft whisper. "Play with me," it implored. In a final act of desperation, Sam bellowed, "Leave me alone!" Then, as abruptly as it had erupted, the mayhem ceased. The laughter faded away, The lights regained their steadiness, and the doors gradually swung open. Sam dashed out of the store, his heart hammering against his ribs. He never dared to return to the night shift following that incident. Other employees shared similar stories, but no concrete explanation was ever provided. That night, the Walmart store transpired to be more than just a retail outlet. It was a hunting ground for the inexplicable, the petrifying. The chilling echo of the child's laughter still haunts Sam, and the riddle persists: who, or what, was the phantom that turned an ordinary night shift into a nightmarish ordeal? In the end, these stories serve as a chilling reminder. A reminder that the veneer of normality can often hide a shifting, uncertain reality. The terror we've unraveled today isn't born from the creaky corners of an old haunted mansion, nor is it spun from the pages of a Stephen King novel. No, it's nestled right there in the heart of the everyday, in the seemingly benign aisles of your local Walmart. These tales are a testament to the unexpected horror that can lurk in the most ordinary of places, even places where we feel most at ease. The everyday can sometimes be the most extraordinary, and not always in a way we'd hope for. This isn't meant to induce paranoia, but rather to underline the importance of vigilance and safety. We must be aware always, because the world can be as strange as it is familiar. As you step into your local Walmart, remember, not all horror stories are born in haunted houses. Some, like these, begin in the most ordinary places.